Thank you for squeezing me in. Appreciate it. And Dick, your tie looks nice. I'm speaking on behalf of Special Olympics host town program. Corona is going to be the host town for a few Special Olympic countries, Iran and Slovakia in July. We're going to be hosting these athletes. I'm really excited about it. This is something very dear and near to my heart, and I'm asking for the city and the community's involvement. The city has backed us. The Corona-Norco School District has backed us. The Chamber has backed us, and this is going to be an amazing event. There's a few fundraisers that we have coming up. April 18th, I know it's short notice, but on this Saturday, CrossFit Proper in Corona is going to be hosting a fundraiser for us. And there's also going to be a Dine Out Corona that's going to be taking place. I'm not entirely sure the date, but just keep your eyes and ears open about any events that are going on. And if you can, spread the word, because who you know, I don't know, and we can just keep the word spreading around. So that's that.
Katie, when you talk about spreading the events around, is there a Facebook page or
yes,
someplace?
There is. Host Town Corona. Check it out on Facebook. I don't know the exact link, but it is Host Town Corona, so if you search it, you'll find it. I believe there is also a web page for Corona Host Town. And any events that you have that you want to post up there, I'd be happy to post those up. Any pictures that you take, anything. This last Saturday, down at the Corona Farmers Market, we were posting up a bunch of pictures from the Circle of Inclusion. That's part of the logo for Special Olympics. And we're going to take that Circle of Inclusion to any events that we have and hopefully get as many people in the community to get excited about it and reach up and be a part of the event. So.
Right, and today I talked to the National Office for the Slovakian Association in Philadelphia, and they're getting in touch with the local Los Angeles group. And you don't know this yet, but in June, Paula and I are going to host a fundraiser as well.
Oh, you are? Very good.
So
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We don't know the date either, but I think Paula told me the date. But
thank you. That would be amazing. Anything that anyone, I know Dick has donated, and I appreciate your support. I appreciate anybody's support. And this is going to be an amazing event and spotlight Corona as being a beautiful and wonderful city. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So,
thank you.
Thank you.
Wes, and then Rita, is it Riola?
I'm a little taller than other folks who are up here. Thank you. My name is Wes Speak. I live at 2623 Toomey Lane here in Corona. I'm here to talk about transparency. I want to urge the council to record all public meetings, not just the city council meetings. I think the city does a great job in communicating with the public. The Inner Circle, the social media messaging, the 91 Project is really great. And all of you are very active in communicating things that are going on in Corona. I think it's fantastic. I think the only thing that's lacking is the recording of the other meetings, and the only meeting that is recorded and published is this meeting, and it's only a sixth of the meetings that are held in the public. Most of these meetings are held in normal work hours and aren't convenient for most of the public, including myself. A great example of recordings working really well is the emergency ordinance that was published last week. There was a lot of folks that didn't understand it. No offense to whoever drafted it, but it's an ordinance. But it was fantastic to be able to point to the clip of Ms. Coletta doing the explanation of it and how clear and concise it was, and it literally just killed people's questions. It was fantastic. It was really great, and having access to information conveyed that way, I think is really great. Not just reading minutes, and I think there's, the example of kind of the opposite is the study session that was held for the driveway, the council or the Civic Center driveway improvements. The material was pretty thin. There wasn't much of an explanation. The minutes were very helpful. It was nice to read after the fact, but there was no exhibits. It left a lot of questions. In fact, if nothing was published in the press enterprise, it would have left it to people's imaginations. And I think all of you, and there's probably several people here, people's imaginations are dangerous. Information is fantastic. Knowledge is power. And the more that we can get to people, I think, is the better. I've heard some arguments that not a lot of people watch these meetings. I've heard anywhere from 50 to 100, and maybe on some important issues it's gotten a little more than that. But I think if there was an additional 50 or 100 people here, you guys would notice. So I think if knowing those things are available, I think that might encourage some more information. And again, I think it's important to know. So shouldn't this information be available? So I want to urge you to try and record and publish the meetings in the same manner as these city council meetings. Thank you.
Thank you. Rita, and then Richard Wynn. And again, if you could give your name and address for the record too, please.
Good evening. My name is Rita Riola. I live at 4901 Green River Road. It's space 305 in Corona. And I'm here tonight to make a comment on the rain we had last Tuesday. There was a very small amount of rain, but on the next morning, on Wednesday, I noticed some erosion underneath the K-rails that lead onto to Green River Road, which is our only entrance and exit into our park. That had been quickly repaired before I had a chance to get a camera out there to even take pictures. So for that, I'm very thankful. I'm there right on top of that. This was also observed by several residents in our park. And I wanted to come forward tonight to just go on record as making a statement about this observation based on a past experience when the railroad put in the third rail up above the park and for the Metrolink. And I was unpleasantly surprised one evening when I came home from work and stepped out of my car into an inch of mud and sludge. Shortly thereafter, I was visited by a representative from the Riverside County and the construction personnel from the railroad company. They were very apologetic, but it was up to me to clean it up. And that was the last I heard from them. There is no how-to manual on what steps to take in order to not prevent something like this happening again, but to even provide information on how you go about making a correction. So this is why I wanted to come tonight to express a need to be acquainted with all of the council members, with all of the city departments, and to be able to resolve situations like this in a reasonable manner. So I thank the City Council for this platform to make this speech.
Thank you. If you could get Mr. Nelson's card, Nelson, if you could give her your card. One of the things you can do, and any resident can do, there's a non-emergency police number.
Okay.
And that number is triaged to all the different departments, and they all have emergency workers. So the projects you've mentioned are obviously not city projects, but they at least have contact information with whomever there should be.